Good afternoon, everybody. I missed the morning, but I think the enthusiasm reflects there's a lot going on here. Blockchain-powered telemedicine software. That's one of the products we are pitching today on behalf of my company, Medical City Online. I need to declare my associations with Medical City Online as the chairman, Patientori as the global ambassador. Patientori is the blockchain healthcare company based in Atlanta. I'm the chairman of Pan Arab Telemedicine Conference in UAE, appointed to take this important event this year in the country, in the Gulf. And I'm also the digital director for healthcare for Pakistani Doctors Association UK and Europe. I have no conflict of interest with other three organizations. In my spare time, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, 3 days a week. The rest of the time for telemedicine. I'm also a certified specialist by Microsoft and a telehealth speaker around the world in different countries. I'm finishing my master's in healthcare and telemedicine in March 2020. Have designed 20 healthcare projects around the globe, 20 telemedicine healthcare projects. My interest now stops at blockchain, and this is what I want to present. So blockchain-empowered telemedicine software. Why is that taking my interest? Because my patients. I'm motivated by the fact that my patients complain that telemedicine is growing. I do my follow-up clinics in telemedicine when I travel. So they ask, are my records secure? Is anybody else looking at them? And they ask with a voice of suspicion. And by the knowledge of blockchain, I thought blockchain is commercially put up as a very strong data management system as well. Why not use that commercial advantage and put it on something which is growing like a rocket, telemedicine. $60 billion industry we're talking here, telemedicine. And blockchain coupling with that, you can imagine the scale. So what is telemedicine? Just briefly. Live telemedicine, I can see my patients while they're live on the online internet, or they can send me their MRI scan, store and forward. Or I can see a pathology report and immediately ask the patient to come on live. I want your biopsy now. Converting a store and forward into live. All these telemedicine types can be blockchain run. Blockchain, as you know, it can be with or without crypto. My interest is without crypto. I want to use the strength of data management of blockchain in healthcare industry. That is where I'm taking this conversation today. And as you know, it's a decentralized, distributed ledger, immutable. Immutable is the key. It can be public, private, or hybrid. Why I want to wrap telemedicine with blockchain? Because security issues, of course. Data management issues. Blockchain has got a great data management policy. Regulation requirements. In America, it's HIPAA. In Britain, it's GDPR. In Europe, it's ICO. Blockchain trespasses everything and wraps it and takes it with it. So if I have a blockchain on, then it covers many of the HIPAA, many of the GDPR requirements. And of course, commercial advantage. Blockchain has been proposed as one of the best data management systems in the world. So it's like someone investing in your product by marketing it. So, blockchain-empowered telemedicine system. How will my patients, anybody's patients benefit from that? You can be patients, and how will you benefit from it? It will improve your health data management. Your data is secure. It improves the patient health management because we have very quick transfer files to the required doctor without any loss of data, loss of packets. It improves the patient trust. Yes, patient says, I've got blockchain looking after my medical records. I'm happy. Because the commercial advantage of blockchain being proposed as a security measure helps the patient's mind. So, the need of blockchain comes in because doctors are really pro-cautious nowadays. They are getting data from all over, everywhere. This is an omni-channel presentation of data. There used to be days when we used to sit in the clinic, patient comes in, the nurse writes the file, you read the blood pressure, and that is the most complicated form of data presented to a doctor. Nowadays, SMS, phone calls, emails, WhatsApp group, Facebook comments, and of course emails. All these things that complicating doctors' lives. So omni-channel presentation of data makes blockchain a very important need for telemedicine. Then we have, data is in silos. OPD, gynae ward, surgical theatre, my floating clinic. All these silos, they need to be connected together. It's not that if I see you in my clinic and tomorrow I see you in another clinic, I don't have any connection to your previous data. I have to have the data. And blockchain allows that connection much more efficiently than the standard security or the data management systems. So I want to take you quickly there before the bell rings from here. The complicated problem is that we are relying on mobile channels nowadays. We are relying on things which are more on mobile devices, and that complicates the scenario. 20 years ago, who thought of that? That I will be giving consultations on WhatsApp, and that is complicated. I every day I get MRI scans from various places. What do you think, doctor? So this is complicated, the whole issue. So where do we end up now? We end up deciding what part of telemedicine I want to intersect with blockchain. We need to define that. That is the way I think. I've designed about 20 telemedicine projects. Now I'm thinking, that is my folder hierarchy, where I want to put the non-traditional security. The non-traditional security, the blockchain. So I thought of many points like this. You don't need to block every folder in telemedicine structure by blockchain. That's unnecessary. For example, just take a look at this, role-based access. We don't need to blockchain that. We don't need to blockchain this. Clinical decision support systems, we don't need to blockchain that. And same goes for consultation live portal. When you're actually dealing with the patient on a live consultation portal, at that point, what information comes on the screen, patient has to have a smart contract control. Because he can say, well, I don't want my HIV reports to go to this doctor. I don't want my insurance to be affected. And they want to hide certain record. It applies to psychiatric patients a lot. We see this every day. They don't want to tell a history of depression, and they have the right to hold that history of depression from a doctor. So they can blockchain it the way they want it. And this is the real advantage. What the whole scenario today is talking about, I'm talking about a patient. A patient is in the center of all the conversation. And that is probably what the whole thing is motivated from. So, how to create interception points? That's the summary. We need to understand where is the patient folder structure. Medical records here, lab reports here, hospital records here. You put the blockchain wrap on top of them. And then let patient control those points in the live consultation. And the key elements are, as you know, the blockchain side is distributed ledger, smart contract, hashtag, and of course non-crypto in this case. Whereas the patient side is patient data folders of various kinds. So you put them together electronically and start creating bridges, which are accessible only by the patient. So the patient you generate a smart contract, and patient allows you to see that folder. That is my idea for blockchain. And imagine if this goes ahead, wherever telemedicine goes, blockchain goes. So blockchain itself is not a product, by the way. Can you sell blockchain on its own? It has to go with something, with a system. To go with the telemedicine system, it's a fly to the moon, because telemedicine is going there. This is my software, and you can see this is a live consultation screenshot. There's a pointer here. Yeah. So these are the folders, these are the tools of the doctor. The doctor can access these tools while examining the patient, but the patient has no control at the moment while getting consultation by a doctor. I want to put the blockchain tags here. At all these points, I want to put the locks. As the doctor hits the lab report, a tag comes on the patient screen. Do you allow this report to be seen by the doctor? Yes, no. Okay, you allow it up to what date you want to go back to. This is blockchain. For example, this report, patient allowed the doctor to see the report. Only then the report came on the screen. Imagine yourself as a patient, and then you would understand the sensitivity of this. MRI scan, patient has allowed the doctor to look at the scan. Imagine the trust the patient will get after that. And saying, I want to apply this to all the range of software This is my software for operating control. I want to follow the times.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Right. We have 3 minutes for judges' questions. Judges.
Yeah, I've got a question. So you didn't really talk about how this interoperates with other healthcare systems. Where is it globally? Do you have partners? How does it interact with GPs and existing infrastructures? Does it, or will it be outside of existing ones? Is the web clinic online? Is that a separate entity? And in the long term, what effect do you think that telemedicine?
So your question has two main parts. What is the interoperability with other systems? In fact, wherever a hospital takes a telemedicine system, they have to go with a proprietary provider. So that proprietary provider can actually bring that software, and with that, they can bring the blockchain technology lock. The second part of the question is, forgot about.
Sorry.
I was testing. Second part of the question
no, I remember what it is. I just thought maybe I should let another judge ask a question rather than me asking.
No, the second part of the question was that
where do you see it?
Where do you see it going? Well, I think blockchain is piggybacking other technologies. Blockchain can be adapted with any user system where data is online and people are accessing it. Imagine patient data is online. Patient data. So you're accessing it. You're taking that thing to the sky. So I'm sorry if I missed your question, but this is my answer.
Got another judge's question here.
Just in relation to this, I just want to think about maybe the differentiation from what you're suggesting and what currently exists in the market. So Medical Chain released My Clinic about a year ago, proposing telemedicine using the blockchain technology. Do you have much knowledge of other competitors in the market in a minute?
At the moment, there are no real competitors right now, because there is no generic product out in the market saying we are telemedicine powered by blockchain.
Okay, thank you.
Any other judges' questions?
There's so many. So many questions. Thank you for presenting. I'll just choose one. You showed us this slide because it came to us. There was some type of front end, and I assume that the back end to it has some tech stack that has in it different elements of a distributed ledger in it. I have a difficulty to understand. Do you have a product that you developed that are doing these things that you're talking about, or are you actually working with other companies that do credentialing and self-solving electronic health records and distributed storage and all these things that you mentioned, and what you're telling us is just that you've developed an ecosystem? Because I'm having some difficulty to understand if there's actually a thing that you built, and so if so, it would have been prudent to show the tech stack of it, or is it just which is great, an ecosystem or an idea, and then who are the people that are working with you, because it's extremely ambitious.
Medical City Online is a telehealth institution. That company I formed many years ago. It's a telehealth institution. We are a consulting company. We're not a software development company only. We provide advisory consults to many governments. So we are actually giving this institution right from the software up to the training, up to the deployment, and follow all the lengths of the journey we are covering. In the form that the answer to your question is that we have a team of around 18 developers at the moment. I started with 2 developers 5-6 years ago. I've got 18 developers now working on various projects. 5 of them are deputed on this software finalization. We are working with Patient Healthcare, which is a certified blockchain company from America for patients, for healthcare. So they are our partners. And we are ourselves an institution. We do not need partners. People partner with us.
Okay.
Thanks. Any more questions from the judges?
So are you saying this will be a bespoke solution, or will it be a piece of software that others can purchase software?
It's a very good question. Bespoke solution can be if there is a particular requirement in a country, bandwidth requirement, server requirements, security requirement. In America, it's HIPAA. So we have to take HIPAA along with blockchain. In England, it's GDPR. In America, it's ICO. So there is a bit of a wrap of local flavor, but eventually the whole product in itself is generic. that is the product you want to put a new cap on, new gloves on, it's yours.
Okay, thank you. Let's have a big hand for Medical City.